Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the start of a brand new week. And we have a Monday makeover special. Yeah, a little bit different. So this week, my Instagram lives I'm doing on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And we are going to be joined today by none other than the makeup master himself, the Supremo, Rupert Kingston of Delilah. Yes, one of our favourites. And he is going to give us a masterclass, something that I don't know very much about, so I'm really looking forward to this. Sculpting and contouring. Yeah, so getting a bit of shape, a bit of structure. And I'm not talking about tiger stripes. I'm talking about really natural looking face shape, especially for midlife and beyond. So is this something that you are interested in? Have you ever tried it? Drop me a heart. Let me know. Be lovely to see you. Hi, thanks for all your messages. Lovely to see you joining us. Yeah, it's special, so it's a little bit extra today to have a Monday makeover. Why not? Let's start the week. First day of the week in spring, official. Yeah, I guess so. We can say that, can't we? Now the clocks have gone forward and the mornings are lighter and brighter. You might have seen on my own Instagram that I was dipping in my pond this morning. Still very cold, I have to say. Has not yet warmed up. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to first of all add Rachel here from my team as a moderator, because then she can answer any questions if you have them about Earle Wellbeing or what have you. Where are you, Rachel? Can't see you on here. No. Let us try again, Rachel. No. Okay, never mind. I won't add Rachel. I will add Rupert. Here we go. Scheme. So Delilah have very generously given us 20% off on Delilah Cosmetics, and you will find those at delilahcosmetics.com. And here he is.
Oh.
You are there. We've made it this time. I'm so thrilled. Look at you in your studio.
I carry it everywhere with me, Lisa. Wherever I go, I carry this, my makeup stand. I'm so pleased to see you. I don't know what happened. What, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
We get a Monday
anyway,
makeover,
we get a Monday makeover.
Exactly, yeah. So thanks for having me on. It's lovely to see you.
Oh, no, it's a pleasure, and thank you for our discount. It's absolutely brilliant and so well loved. I wish you could see, actually, I've got my makeup dressing table is full of Delilah makeup, and this, you'll laugh, this is actually my little travel bag, which is so full of Delilah, I can't actually zip it up.
We love that. And all makeup bags should look.
They should be overflowing, but actually, to be serious, there are just a few key essentials. And I got the brief, so I have primed my face, as you suggested. I have got on here your underwear.
Our best-selling primer.
Which is the primer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really. This is genius. It's just for anybody that hasn't tried a primer.
Yeah.
It just do you know what I
say?
Everything. I love it.
Because
like a filter on your face.
When we're doing photo shoots, we spend a lot of time preparing the skin with skin care and facial massage so that makeup goes on smoothly and looks fantastic. Our primer is the shortcut to that, right? So if you want your skin to look and feel amazing and your makeup to go on more easily and last longer, that is the secret. Primer, for sure.
Yeah. I absolutely love it, and you know, it's relatively new for me. I didn't grow up with primers. I guess I'm of that age where they weren't around when I was young. My girls use primers all the time, but the difference, if you've not tried one, you'll be amazed, because it makes your makeup last longer. You get that lovely sort of dewy finish.
And I
you
say
can
that
wear
all
it on
the time.
Its own,
and you know, even sometimes if I'm doing like a wedding or something, I'll put some of that on the groom. Shh, I'm telling you as a little secret. Yeah. Because the skin just looks better straight away. It looks like a little bit blurred. It looks and feels a little bit smoother. And even if you're wearing like a lower dress or something, you can pop some of your collars, décolletage.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's a great universal product. Great.
So I've got that on. I've got a tiny little bit of your lovely lip gloss, which I love. Amelie, such a pretty colour. And a little bit of your mascara, but that is it. So I really want to know about how I can get a bit of shape into my face, because obviously as I get older, you know, everything is dropping a bit. And, you know, I've got quite a round face. I've got naturally quite kind of plump cheeks. So I'd love to get a bit of sculpting, but I don't want to look Kardashian-y stripe.
Fine.
Okay, I'm just putting
a couple of things
out there now.
I sent you a darker foundation, one called Nutmeg. Do you have that?
Yeah, I did.
No.
I wondered why you sent me that, because it's not my colour.
Do you have the foundation that is your colour? Okay, yeah, yes, brilliant.
So I've got listen,
let's start. And you look like you've got a little bit of colour, actually. You look like amazing.
I have got, yeah, I've been in Kenya, you know, for half
so Shell's going to be a little bit lighter on you. So I want you to do me a quick favour. Just put half a pump of Shell onto the back of your hand. Just half a pump like that, exactly. Okay. And grab. And the key to this is going to be the what we call the fuller coverage foundation brush. Do you have this one? It's a sort of dense looking brush. No, have you got the other one? There should be another one there, like a denser looking.
I've got that one. I know what you mean.
Not the end of the world.
I don't think I have, but I know. Oh, hang on. No, hang on. I've got. Yeah, there it is. Hold on. No, I think that's a powder one. I love your brushes.
Quite a short, dense one. So they're a vegan taffron fiber. They're very, very easy to clean. 100% cruelty free, as the whole range is, and super, super soft. Oh, thank goodness! Yeah, this is really gonna help us out, Liz. So look.
Okay, this is key.
All right.
Okay, this is brand
marvelous.
New.
Okay, so look, this is what we're going to do. I just want you to put a very, very small amount of Shell on. So just rub the brush into the amount of Shell that, yeah, it's like a pea size. Go on, just rub it in there, and then do me a favor. Just touch in the center of your forehead here. Great. A little sort of high on the cheekbone here, a little here, a little here, and then just down the center of the nose, and just blend that in for me. Just blend that in. We're just starting our foundation on what we call the high points of the face. Okay. So I've picked out the 5 places what we call the high points. So the nose, tops of the cheekbones, the chin, and these nice fluffy brushes, they work as, you know, if you ever watched any Instagram when everyone was doing all the contouring, like you say, the time stripes, they would use this sort of beauty blender sponge. Now, I never use those beauty blender sponges, but what we did learn from that was this idea of patting colour on instead of wiping.
That's really interesting, because this is quite a pattable
we've created
brush. I can see why you really were very particular about me using this one.
It really pushes that colour in. Okay, brilliant. All right, so listen, put your brush down for a second, Liz. This is what we're going to do. We need to find the cheekbones, because this is always the bit that people get wrong when they're doing contouring. They'll use like a sort of grey colour and go into the hollow of the cheek, and it just looks grubby. You know, you see it on sometimes people. It just looks like like I say, like a kind of dirty patch on the cheek. So what do we do? Take 3 fingers, find the hollow of your cheek, and then bring your 3 fingers up until you hit the cheekbone. That's it there. Okay, so not too high. We're going to call this the top of the cheekbone, and we're going to call this the side of the cheekbone. And that is where we're going to put our colour. Yeah, exactly that. Right, so I want you to go now to your darker colour foundation, Nutmeg. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you this is some people might have foundations or have bought foundations that are too dark for them, right? If you've got a foundation at home that's too dark, or you wear it during the summer and you can't wear it in the winter time, it can make a really nice color for adding some shape to the face. So just
great idea. I never thought about that. What great
use
value
those
for money.
foundations
Use
that you
up all
bought
those
and can't
foundations
use. So what you're going to do now is, using your middle finger, Liz, I want you to pick up a little bit of this nutmeg, just using your little finger, and just where we found with our 3 fingers, I want you to just tap 1, 2, 3 down the cheekbone there. Now, don't blend it yet. Come to the other side, and starting at the hairline and just pressing down here. So start at the hairline. Oh, I'll put some on. Exactly. So don't start at the front here. I think the mistake that people make, exactly, just put it at the back of the hairline. Now, with your middle finger, Liz, just go along the hairline here and just press a little bit more into your hairline. That's it. Tap it in. Just along, just right close to the hairline. And what we're doing is we're creating this warmth, the kind of rainbow shape here, and then this warmth along the cheekbone. Perfect. Now, before we go anywhere else, we're going to go to the jawline. So this is where we also start to lose a bit of shape, is around the jawline here. Yeah. So you can do two things. You can grow a beard like me. That works quite well. Or you can use a little bit of this warmer color foundation. And again, thinking about where that is, just pressing a bit of that color along the jawline here and along the jawline here. Now, it always looks a little bit crazy at this point, but I want it to, because I want everyone at home to kind of see where this goes. That's enough. Now come back to your come back to your foundation brush. And what you're going to do is that nice kind of bumping action that we did, we're going to press that in. Now, what you don't want to do here is you don't want to swipe like you normally would with your foundation brush, because you'll just knock it all back off. Just pump it and press it in and keep patting it. Look at that. Great. I'm just going to drop my light down so I can see you a little bit better. Yeah, that's great. And just keep.
Does that look all right?
That is,
because obviously I'm doing it into my phone, so it's kind of hard to see. Normally I'd be doing it in front of a nice big mirror.
Now this works really well with the type of liquid foundation that you're using. All right, if you've got a drier foundation that dries quite quickly, this won't work so well. So time frame is a really good formulation for doing this with, and just keep passing and keep pressing in. Now if you get a little bit sort of at the front of the face there, Liz, and a little bit's come forward, just start to buff it away. Wherever you don't want it, just buff it away a little bit. Look at that. Okay. Oh, that's looking great. Yeah, look at that. That's great. Look at that.
I do feel more sculpted.
That's that's really lovely. All good. Now look, if you make a mistake, all right, you can always go back to your favorite color, which is shell, and you can put a little bit of shell onto the back of your hand, or whatever your regular foundation is. Pop that onto the back of the hand and go back with your brush and just buff over anywhere where you think you might have contoured it a bit too strong. That shell.
That shell, so you can see that's really, I mean, you can barely see it on my hand.
It's back in there. And what I would do is I would just around the front of the cheek there, perfect, and just buff that away. Look at that. Great.
I'm so going to be using this brush from now on. I love it. Because I never got on with those sponges.
Yes, so for me, they take quite a long time. I mean, they're great. And if any of your community or anyone you know uses them, they can be great, but they take quite a long time. What I love about a brush is you can buff if you need to very quick. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah. You also sent me something which I'd never seen before. And I really want to hear about it.
Okay, so that's where we're going next.
Concealer.
Exactly. So.
Oh, great. Look at that. Look how clever that is. Like a really fat.
A very creamy concealer. And here's the thing about concealer. Sometimes if we're using it around here, it can dry a bit on the skin and exaggerate those lines you don't want to see. This concealer is packed with hyaluronic filling spheres, so very plumping on the skin. Really moisturizing. So great underneath the eye. But you're going to use it a little bit like a highlighter. So what we're going to do now is, where we put our three fingers before is where we put our contour. We're going to come up a little bit higher onto the top, and we're going to just do 3 or 4 dabs of a lighter color. Go on. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. 3 or 4 dabs on that side, and the same 1, 2, 3 on that side. Perfect. And that's good. I can see you checking with your fingers. That's really good. Yeah, lovely. And if you want to now, like a concealer, we can do a little bit into the inside corners of the eyes.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to get one of your compacts just so I can see.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, because I do get little bits of dark shadows under here.
This
is a lovely texture.
And beautiful. Yeah. Now, ring finger, clean ring finger, press. That's it, yeah. So the thing is that if it's not
caking at all. It's not giving any dryness, which is really
this idea of contouring and sculpting is not new. I know it exploded on social media about 10 years ago, but as makeup artists, we've been doing it for a long time. This idea of using a slightly lighter color on the higher parts of the face and a warmer color to add shape is not new at all. What is new is using the right products to really get that beautiful, moist, flawless finish that you've got there, Liz. And that looks great. Yeah, Lisa's just saying, and you're right, your skin does look amazing. And
well, I have to say, you're just bringing it to life here with the colors that are perfect tones, great textures. What's really lovely about makeup these days is the advancement in technology. but the texture is far and away, you know, I started life as a beauty editor like 30
No, I
years ago,
realise that.
and it was nothing like this.
It's so exciting to work on these formulations and bring them to our community and your community so they can fall in love with them. Farewell Cream Concealer. It's a bit of a hidden gem in our range. I think that if you are concerned about fine lines around the eyes, here's the thing about concealer. You think, right, I've got dark circles. You put concealer on, you think, right, my dark circles have gone, but now I look 10 years older, right? So finding a concealer that looks really smooth underneath the eyes, but is going to help take down the darkness is challenging to find. And Farewell is that great, buttery, smooth consistency.
Love it. And so easy to use. I mean, and it looks like it's going to last for ages. Because you actually wind it up. Look, you can see here, I can wind it up. I mean, well, look,
and you can
use concealer in here. Very targeted.
Just as you're doing it,
I love that little
on days where you're not doing foundation, just carry your bag, couple of stripes onto the face.
Do this, dot it on.
That looks lovely, Liz. That looks great. Okay.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. Yes, can I do this every Monday, please?
Look, do you know what? It's a really good point. I'm not expecting everybody to do this every day, right? Doing this bit of shaping on the face is not part of your everyday routine.
This is barley, by the way. I was asking what somebody was asking what colour it is. Barley. How many colours? There are 4 colours, and they're all quite translucent as well. But do let us know if you're not sure. You know, do ask our customer services team. They're really good at recommending shades. But I think if you are stone or shell like you are, Liz, then barley is the perfect colour. Right. Look. We're still in what we call the wet phase of the makeup, right? So what I want you to do is I've got a little bit of our liquid blush here, because here's the challenge. Thank you. I love this too.
The challenge is, you know, what we're doing is like a little bit of contour, a little bit of highlight. Where does the blusher go? So a little bit onto the back of your hand, smaller than a grain of rice, I would say. Smaller than a grain of rice. Perfect. Okay, and again, middle finger here. And my top tip is, when you've dipped in here, dab somewhere else before you dab on your skin. So do a middle dab. That's what I always say. Do a dab here, just a tiny bit. So and then it's right at the front of that cheekbone. So where our 3 fingers were, it's right at the front there. Tap a little bit on. Liz, that's perfect, yeah. And then what I tend to do is switch fingers to my ring finger and then blend out. Yeah, lovely. Look at that.
It's so natural. It's just like,
how can we make it seamless? That's what it's about. Although we've used 3 different colors, how can we make it look completely seamless? And using something liquid or cream that blends and melts into the skin, it's not going to look cakey or feel heavy on the skin. Does that look great?
No. And as we age, you know, to have these creamy, more liquid formula.
Absolutely.
It's just so much more flattering.
Look, here's the interesting paradox, right? Lots of people say to me, oh, I feel like as I get older, I should wear less makeup. And that is true, but that's not necessarily less products. Does that make sense? You just need to be careful about how much you put on. So you can wear 3 or 4 products on your skin. So now we've done like a contour color, a highlight color, and a blusher, but it still looks really, really natural. That looks great. Look at that. It's beautiful. That's perfect. Okay, so that would be my basic advice for just using a few different colors. So if you've got a darker foundation that you're not using, or you fancy investing, the color we've used there is called Nutmeg, which is a great sort of deeper bronzy tone for doing some contour with. Think about using your concealer as a bit of a highlighter on the tops of the cheekbones, and we've showed you exactly where to use your blush so that you can work those kind of 3 things together. All right, so let's just step this up a little bit. I have got now, I did send you a nice powder bronzer.
Yep.
Sunset,
so this one is
that.
Sunset.
And if you're feeling a bit shiny after you've done all of this, using something like Sunset works really well. So now...
Oh, I've got your powder. I've actually got your...
Can work just as nicely. Yeah, a little bit of translucent powder. In this instance, we're going to use a little bit of bronzer. So the large brush in here now.
Cool. Large brush. Your brushes are absolutely brilliant. This fibre.
Thank you. Do you know, it took such a long time to find a fibre that worked as well as other fibres, but felt
Very nice.
more luxurious and lasted longer. Because the thing about animal fiber brushes is they do end up a bit spiky, and they do end up leaving a bit of bristles on your face after a while. These Taklon brushes should last you a lifetime. They're bomb proof.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the way
what
it
a
should
great
be with
investment.
your makeup brushes.
Lovely
So you're doing this exactly right. Pick up a little bit of bronzer, and I always say we're just going on top. We're going starting at the back of the face and just going over that area that we've contoured a little bit. Perfect, Liz. That's perfect. And keep your bronzer just to the back of the face. Again, that little rainbow area, just around the hairline. Yeah, very good. Oh, I'm gonna. How would you advise cleaning your brushes? So there are two ways to do it. You can buy a dedicated brush cleaner. We used to sell them ourselves, but they're such a nightmare to ship internationally at the minute that shipping things that are alcohol based have become really challenging. You can use a baby shampoo if you have a very,
I was going to say, I use a bit of shampoo, just a dot of shampoo. It's usually my Sunday task. Sunday is my kind of self-care Sunday. And when I do all my, my hair mask and all of that, and a bit of nail care, and that's when I do my brushes.
The only thing I'd say, after you shampooed them and they're wet, sit them over the edge of the table flat, like that. Don't stand them up. No, because what will happen is all that shampoo will make its way into. So if you can hang it over the edge of the table, lie it flat on your dressing. Exactly that.
Yeah,
and just
or the edge of the basin,
maybe. The edge of the basin, and that will just help them last even longer.
Oh, thanks. That's
genius. What we're here for.
They make your brushes last longer.
Liz, that's looking really nice. What I would do is you can take a little bit of bronze onto the neck. We always.
I was doing it automatically. It was just, and because sometimes down here, because here tends to get a little bit of colour naturally, and here doesn't. So I'm wearing something deliberately that's a little bit lower today.
Just a little bit of bronze down there.
So just to kind of fill in.
Yeah, that's what.
It also makes you look as though you've got a bit of a cleavage too, because you sort of fake it down. Emphasize the six pack.
Okay, that's really lovely. The last step here. Now we could finish it, all right? But you know my rule: if it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. If you pick up the last product here, which is our powder illuminator, and the color.
Powder illuminator. By the way, I think Kathy was asking.
Medium dark.
I was using medium dark.
That's the one I was using. Light, medium, and medium dark.
Okay, so then this one, compact illuminating powder, pure light, aura.
Your skin looks
my
great,
aura.
all right? But if people have bought this powder from us, such a popular product for us, the Pure Light Aura, it's a great all-over illuminating powder. But you can use your large brush, and here's my top tip, all right? You can pinch the brush flat. So if you sneak your hands down and pinch it like that, you'll get a sort of narrow fan brush. Can you see that? Yeah, that's Yeah, what you can do is pick up a little bit of colour, always dab in the mirror. That's my tip. Always dab in the mirror. And then just that area, that top of the cheekbone, you can just push a tiny bit in. And now the brush is pinched together, something stiffer and slimmer will just catch the tops of the cheekbone. And there's no need to have hundreds and hundreds of brushes. We've done your makeup here today with 2 brushes. Have 2 or 3, have a great eyeshadow brush, a great foundation brush, and a brush for powder. You don't need to have this sort of, ammunition of 30 or 40 brushes at the makeup artist.
You always end up just using the same favourite one anyway.
2 or 3 brushes that you truly love. And by doing things like giving them a pinch or you can get more use out of them that way.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a really lovely fan brush, really lovely, big and soft, and it's so soft. And you can pinch it
into that fan brush
turn
shape.
it to that precision.
Liz, that's lovely. You've done really well today. Well done. You do get top marks. I was carrying the fear a little bit about this. One about the fact that we didn't manage to connect last time we tried to do this. And then secondly, I was thinking, I've never really done this before. Instructed someone to put brown blobs all over their face.
I know. I mean, I wasn't quite sure what to expect either, but thank you for talking me through it.
While you're doing that, I just want to say
this
this.
colour.
This is not what I expect people to do every day. I don't expect them to set their alarm, 30 minutes earlier because they're going to do all this on their face. But sometimes we find ourselves with a little bit more time to do our makeup. We think, right, I've set some time aside now to do my makeup because I'm going somewhere lovely. And when I speak to women about how they do their makeup, I say, what do you do in the evening? They say, oh, I do the same as I normally do. I just apply more of it. Okay. All right. Hopefully these tips today give you a couple of ideas about how you can use small amounts of makeup in a slightly different way and get a different result. Liz, that looks fantastic.
I don't want you to go because I just love this so much. This is just so good. And it's just so great that you've given us a discount. You've given us 20% off at Delilah Cosmetics. How is everything going with you and your lovely wife?
It's been amazing. Yeah, it has. It has been truly, truly amazing. What we love to see is repeat purchases, and what we love are the comments and love that we get back, about products that you're using. And I just want to say, and I always say this because it's true and I feel it, a big thank you to your community as well, who have come and bought from Delilah and left comments and asked questions, and that engagement. That's why we do it. That's why we love to do Delilah. It's about
why I do these. I love these lives. It's such a privilege to have a brand founder and expert like you. Where else can we find that? That is just so lovely. What a lovely
it feels like spring has sprung, doesn't it?
Do you know, it does. It was a bit grey down here in the West Country first thing, but the sun is now out, and I've been out there counting endless daffodil buds, and it's blossom.
And now you look glamorous for wandering around the garden. You look perfectly sculpted. You definitely do.
I need somewhere to go now. Yeah.
Honestly, such a pleasure. It's always such a pleasure. And thank you again to your amazing community. If ever they've got questions, get in touch. We love to help. Yeah. I know your customer service is really spot on. So thank you. Too. Thanks.
Have a terrific rest of the week.
Bye-bye.
In the team. Bye. Bye-bye. Oh, wasn't that great? What a lovely way to start the week. Honestly, I wish we could do that every Monday morning. That would just get me off to a really good start. I could see you asking there about the lip gloss. This is called Amelie. Isn't that pretty? Just a really pretty everyday shade. And I don't feel overdone. I haven't got anything on my eyes apart from a little bit of his mascara. This is the mascara. Where is it? Here we go. Here we go. Delilah, and it is the Intense Day to Night. And I remember why they call it day to night, because you can actually build it. So I've put kind of one layer on, but if I wanted to beef it up for the evening, you can actually go over it again to beef up your lashes, and it does make them really full and really glossy. I'm not going to do it because otherwise I do have the rest of the day to get through, but lovely to be back with you today. Just to say, I'm here again tomorrow if you're watching me in real time, because we will save this, so no panic. I'm going to be back with one of my favorite spring summer brands, and that's Al Fresco, talking about natural insect repellents, scents that actually smell amazing, that deter all the biting critters. I absolutely love Al Fresco, and I'm going to be joined by the founder, female founder, Sarah Lou Morris. And we do, of course, have a Liz Loves, and that's alfrescoshop.com if you want to get in early and have a little look. Liz Loves gets you 20% off. Oh, and interesting, all purchases of the Planet Power Lotion, which is my personal favorite actually, get a free mini Aqua del Fresco. Oh, excellent. Can't wait for that. Anyway, I hope to see you tomorrow, and sending you lots of love. Thanks for all the hearts. See you.